I am originally from Bosnia, which is Eastern Europe, and I came to Canada in 1995, and not sure, there's no specific characteristics of the culture that I can talk about, but it was kind of, the war that happened was a religious war, so there were three main religions kind of in that area: Orthodox, Christian, and Catholics, and Muslims. So a war happened in between those religion groups, and that's why we came as refugees. Well, war is not fun, no matter what, right? So I can say, so after so many years and reflecting back and working with people from other regions who came from the war zone, and that my experience were not as severe as some other people. We kind of got out of the situation kind of sooner, and we were in a different region when we applied to come to Canada. So except that we lost kind of the material things, and then we also, especially when we moved to Canada, we kind of lost that family connections, and we were still able to of course see our family and talk to them, but it wasn't the same thing anymore. We were kind of across the ocean, so it's hard to keep working with everybody. But also we had parents, they were kind of, through time, they were getting older, they've been through difficult times, so it was hard to work with them, help them out, and support them. So that was difficult. Yes, it is very important. For us, we had to build our family here because we had no family anymore around. We had family just far away. So for our children, it was important to, have that community around, because, the village raises a child. It's not, you cannot do it on your own. So it's important to surround your family with people who have similar values, and you like to be around, and you like your children to learn from, and so community is tremendously important, I find, and being able to build that in this region, I can say we were really lucky with the people that we met, and we really feel blessed having everybody around us. I was thinking a bit about that. Hard work is really a big value in my kind of family and my upbringing, and so I think that when I meet people and I see people who work hard, that's kind of something I admire a lot. And the least, I am more kind of a person who likes to build connections, who likes to share, who likes to. So I really, I don't know if I can say I don't understand or don't value, but people who keep to themselves, who kind of don't. I don't know if the word selfish is the right word to use, but I think that everything's so connected, and it's really it's impossible to not connect with other person, or not to have common things, or so for me that doesn't make sense. If you are not able to work with others, or to socialize with others, or that's something I just stay away from. If I see that, I'll leave the people to themselves, but I that's not something I appreciate. About the 20 years that I've been here, I've learned that that's what really motivates me, and kind of gives me a pleasure. And because working in this role, and working with people, and working with community organization, you have to find satisfaction in what you do every day to stay working there. So that's, I guess that's what keeps me motivated, and that's what I don't know any different. we grew up in communism in my region, and so religion wasn't, encouraged or supported, or so I really never learned much about religion. But I have some of the family traditions that we, for example, we celebrate Christmas on January 7th, which is not January 25th. So we kind of observe some things like we do a special family breakfast on January 7th. We don't, it's not kind of commercial as Christmas in Canada. We don't have like presents and stuff, but it's more kind of around inviting, having people in your life that matter, kind of sharing with them, and so that's one. We also celebrate Easter by color eggs and things like that, but it's all kind of in terms of family. We don't have a church that we belong to that's around here, so never really been able to reconnect with the church, or but family traditions and things that's definitely enhanced our lives. We still celebrate Christmas on the 25th. My children get some presents on that. They get presents for the New Year when they were younger. So they were really happy that they have two Christmases, and so they appreciated that. So how would I describe myself? I am middle age, right? I am kind of maybe closer to uh, the second part of my professional life, right? The second, like closer to retirement. I'm not there yet, but my children grown up, both out of the house. I'm an empty nesters, and when I see them doing well in life, and I feel like we did some good work with them, and um, having lots of family and friends around here. Um, I say family because many of our friends feel like a family, and live since working in the same field for a long time gives me lots of kind of confidence that I can do the work. So I feel pretty good about where I'm now, and things are pretty good. Life is good. Most important turning point. Probably there were more than one turning points. Like I was um, having my children one, and then the other one was kind of, it's a difference in your life, change in your life. Moving to Canada, definitely a big change, and luckily I'm a person that adjusts easily to changes and the new things. So I think that characteristics of mine kind of helped me through life, and I like to see things always in a positive light. So whatever happens, I try to look for the best from that to take from it. So yeah, moving to Canada, definitely turning point. My husband and I, and my daughter, older daughter, was 16 months, 15 months old when we came. So it's an adjustment, but we did it. So many people did it, and we did it too. So luckily, Canada's land of immigrants. So everybody, came here at some point, and you learn from other people's experiences, and you do the best you can to continue your life. Right? Just to advice, that I would give to my children, and just to be an open-minded kind of thing, and try to see things from the other person's perspective in a way. Kind of try to understand why the other person is doing whatever they're doing. Try to understand that piece, and that I think helps with adversity. Life is challenging for everyone, no matter either you've been through the war, or you've been through natural disaster or flood, or people have difficulties, or you have a close person gets sick and die, and all of those kinds of things can influence a person's life. So everybody has challenges in life, and it's life just make peace with it and move on, and things that happen, and you just need to stay positive. And I mentioned that I'm a positive person, so that's, I think a good trait to have. I just want to say that, living my life, half of my life in Fredericton, it's been really great. Of course there were challenges, but I don't think I would change much. If I have a chance to change, I don't think I would change much. The people we met here, the work that I do, everything's been so positive, and for us. I think my children grew up in a really great environment. They had opportunities, and I think for any immigrants who come here, we all come most of the time for the benefit of our children. But there's, sky is the limit for children here, because everything's there for them. So that's just been my experience. For sure. Nothing, I guess. You cannot know anything for sure. You can, but what I've learned here is that, and the reason that we were really, when we were thinking of moving to Canada, and because we had so much uncertainty in the place where we were because of the war and political unrest, and really there was no even any kind of guidelines, or so something, say, if you, for example, if you go to school, you're a good student, you finish university, this is what's gonna, this is what you can expect, or that wasn't possible because of the, political situation, corruption, no matter what you do, you never know. But in Canada, in Fredericton, there is a little bit of guideline, what, if you finish social work degree, okay, these are kinds of jobs that you can do, and this is kinds of money that you can expect to, and then you can plan your life, right? So, but for sure, to know, it's hard to know anything for sure, right? You just kind of pray for the best and for the good health. You'll need that, and then whatever else comes.